And hello, everyone. Welcome back to Oscar Talks. That's me, Oscar Talk, because I talk whatever I talk. So welcome back. This is another edition of this podcast show, whatever you want to call it, however you want to call it, directly from our office, second floor. Oh, the Brazilian flag in the background. You will learn what is that for and the reason we have that. I have that in the background. But this is from home, our second floor, the office, and I just decided to put this together, and I had the opportunity to have incredible people with me. But before I tell you a little bit more about what's happening or what has happened during the last 4 broadcasts, wow. I'm just going to tell you what happened. Last night, for the first time, and after a while, Gary and I ventured out to Avanti. It's a fantastic restaurant. We love Avanti. And then we were guests of 2 very good friends, Beth McRae from McRae Agency and Bill Dougherty from Trends Magazine. We were celebrating my birthday. Guess what? Almost like 3 months later, kind of crazy, right? Like we've been at home for all this time. It's been more than 6 months for us, and you can imagine what it is. I'm looking here some information because I wanted to first of all congratulate my friend Beth McRae. She was this is her agency, and then she received an award recently. You can go to her agency. This is for the newsletter, but you can go to McRaeAgency.com. Beth, thank you very much for my, let me show you, Joe Malone. She knows that I love it. Joe Malone candle is here with me. I just had to give you a shout out for that. Thank you so much. And then also, I'm just going really fast here. Of course, Trends Magazine, publisher and great friend in this house, Bill Dougherty, took us to Avanti last night. We had a fantastic time, marvelous time, and it was a little nerve-wracking, but we were wearing our masks. The restaurant had all the CDC guidelines in place, and we had a pretty good time. But it was a little nerve-wracking because you want to go out, but what is happening in the community and the world itself. So we had a special in between last Wednesday and today. I decided to do these every Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. because it's the middle of the week. Everyone can tune in. Hopefully, if you're watching this on your Facebook, you can share it. If you're watching it on YouTube, you can share it with your friends. I just want this to be a channel for the community to talk to me and talk to you guys. I'm just a communicator here because I want to know what's happening. So we had a special broadcast on, I believe it was Thursday night, because the community itself is trying to go virtual in all the nonprofits and all the fundraisers that are taking place in town. And I happened to talk to Casa Brazil, and that's the reason why you saw the Brazilian flag at the very beginning, is because they are going to have their virtual fundraiser, and it's a very particular fundraiser because it's called Feijoada. So we learned on Thursday. You can see it on my blog, and that's a plug for my blog here. Is What Would Oscar Do? And by the way, on my blog, is if you see up here, whatwouldoscardo.com. You can see the previous broadcasts, and you can check my interviews with some people. Jennifer McRae is the director, chief curator, and director of SMOCA, this Custom Museum of Contemporary Art, and she was with us last Wednesday for this show. Then I had Joe Spector. Then my first show was with Paula Taylor, and of course we had to have Letitia Fry. She's doing an amazing job getting all these galas and fundraisers going virtual with our good friend Kerry Pena. So that was fantastic. But you will see here on my blog later tonight, the special that we did last week with my friends from Casa Brazil. Casa Brazil is a local nonprofit that helps the community in Brazil and send funds and support to everyone in Brazil, more so now during these very difficult times. So I have invited two good friends of mine, Micheline Etkin and Caroline McLean. They are both part of the board of Casa Brazil. You know that I happen to have the honors to be their ambassador, and they are here with us because we're going to talk about what is a feijoada, what is a brigadeiro, what is a caipirinha, how can you buy all these incredible food to support Casa Brazil. When do you have to order it? By what date? Where? How much? And the day that will be delivered to you. A lot of, and I have little tricks here that I'm going to show you in a minute. So, hello, Micheline. Hello, Caroline.
Hi.
Good evening.
Hi, Oscar.
How do you say good evening in Portuguese?
Boa tarde.
Boa noite.
Boa noite.
Boa noite. Caroline thinks that it's still summer and the sun is out, so it's like boa tarde.
She was born in Rio. She can't remember boa noite, Caroline.
That happens when you have your mother and the same blog and the same podcast, and she goes and you're like, that's not how it's done, little lady.
You are carioca.
I'm already getting yelled at. I'm here 1 minute already. I mean, unbelievable.
Thank you, Grandma. So welcome once again, the two of you. If you want Micheline perhaps to tell us what Casa Brazil is planning, I will play a video after we get the essentials for everyone to know.
Well, normally the feijoada is our biggest event of the year. We do 3 events. This is our biggest. It's where we raise the most money to last us for a while to feed this over 500 kids every day that we've fed for 17 years. So because we can't do the party, which we all normally have an incredible entertainment and dancers and a capoeira, it is incredible party, and we get such a great attendance. This year, we have to sell the food that we make, that people go to eat and deliver to their home, or they can pick it up at the kitchen in Mesa. The reason is we need to sell feijoada, and if we are able to sell enough feijoada to cover us for what we need to raise, that would be amazing. And that's why we would like to ask, please, even if you don't like feijoada, buy it for someone or give a donation. I mean, just for example, $20 can feed one child for 3 days. And I mean, just think about what that money means for these children that are so poor and have nothing in their lives. And if thank God for Casa Brazil that we are able to send something for them every day, and we never miss a day. Okay. And that's why we're begging our friends and your viewers to help us with that at this time.
Yes, that's right. And we can be a little creative with if say people who live out of the country or out of town, they can send, buy a meal for somebody who, say, a new parents who have a newborn, or somebody who's struggling right now, or maybe their boss or their teacher. There's different people that you can buy the meals for, even if you don't live in Arizona. So we're gonna go. Thank you so much for letting us know that we know that there's people in need in Brazil. You both are wearing Casa Brazil shirts, proudly Brazilians. Thank you so much. That's great. And then you both are volunteers, and the entire foundation is volunteer based, correct?
Yes, correct.
Everybody here and there.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And so we'll find more volunteers every time we need. There's more that pop up in Brazil to help us at this time, because everything's shut down. They do need to get the food delivered to them. And we found volunteers to do that. And they actually take the food to their homes, and also hygiene needs, which because of COVID and the situation they're living in the favelas there, It's so sad. They don't have any hygiene products. And now we're also using that money for hygiene products.
Okay, so we're talking a lot of terms that perhaps the rest of the people and the rest of the audience don't know. Favelas are the slums on the outskirts of the city, and those people are in much need because they don't have the means to collect funds to go through the current times, not even before, imagine now. Much more difficult. And then what you do is you raise the funds here and you send them to Brazil. And then you have volunteers there, and the volunteers help.
And my childhood friend, Dani Monte, she is the volunteer that we trust 100%. She's the only one we trust. She takes the money and then she transformed it into food and hygiene products. And we don't let anyone else touch this money. It goes straight to her hands. This is why I can swear on our integrity, because there's no middleman. It goes straight to the children. It's 100% to them. We don't have to cut off any expenses or anything. It's just unbelievable how we survived 17 years doing that. Is because we do it from our heart. This is I'm a co-founder, and Caroline jumped on board, when she grew up, because she watched us do this, when she was a younger girl, and she's like, with her own eyes, she saw, Mom, I want to make a change. Actually, Caroline, for her wedding registry, she asked donation for Casa Brazil, and she and her new husband went to Fortaleza and delivered it in person, the donation they raised.
So, okay, perfect. You're getting ahead of my game here because I know that I want to reel back. It's like, okay, so that's what happens when you talk to someone from the tropics. Yeah, that's what happens when you talk. It's like, I'm going to tell you how it is. I'm going to tell you this, and that. So anyway, so I have some surprises for you guys. And Caroline, thank you so much for joining us tonight, because you are a nurse. And you are in front of what is happening, and you have 2 little babies at home. This is 8:13 right now, and I can't imagine how it is having that responsibility. But I have a little surprise for you, and I'm going to show you. So if you go to my blog, there is a post that just went live. It's called Feijoada, Virtual Feijoada. So if you click on that post, you will be able to find a few things that the audience should know, and perhaps someone who doesn't know anything about Brazil knows. So this is the feijoada. That was me wearing that the shirt, the print. Yeah.
Are you wearing my skirt?
No, I'm not wearing your skirt, Micheline. It was the same print. If I wear your skirt, I will let you know. So anyway, so this was the conversation that we had. This is Casa Brazil. You can get all the links here that you need. And then you can understand what is a feijoada, which is it's taking its time. It's a feijoada that is ready to serve. The feijoada is a stew that is very particular and is the national dish in Brazil. It has black bean stew, pork, beef, and sausage, fresh collard greens, white rice, and an orange slice. So that's what you're gonna get when you order a feijoada.
Wow!
Right?
And then farofa.
And farofa. We will talk about farofa in a minute, because that's like Brazilian 303. That's when you graduate from being Brazilian.
All this for $50.
All these for $50. 2 servings will be $50. We'll get to that.
Yes.
I know. I have my guest there in the background, he's just like, oh my God, I want a feijoada. I me too. You get brigadeiros.
Amazing, Oscar. Wow, what amazing.
That's
Brigadeiro.
Screaming.
Is that Gary? Is that Gary?
What are you talking about, Gary?
He heard brigadeiros.
Brigadeiros, because brigadeiros are the chocoballs, and in this house, Gary always eats them. There's no chocoballs.
You know that.
So order and pay before October 3rd.
Yes.
CasaBrazil.org. So it's organization.org. Casa Brazil with a Z, org. $50. You can pay with credit card, PayPal, online. You have to pay by October 10th.
No.
Well,
yeah. You can order. Put your order by October 3rd. You'll receive it on October 10th.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, you receive it by October 10th. Sorry, I'm gonna go further. You can pick it up in Mesa.
Yeah.
Or you for $10 additional, you can get it delivered at home.
Look at this! You did an amazing job, Oscar. I'm like, this is incredible.
This is perfect.
I told you, I told you it was a
That's
full day.
amazing.
It was a full day, and I'm not done yet. You can make it your own.
Unbelievable.
You're gonna do a cake printing, yeah, because this is what you guys do to help. I have to help you to help others, and I have a surprise for you.
Oscar, I want to
So-
you're making me want to cry. That's amazing.
You can cry on camera. I'll stay here all night. I want to see you cry.
I have tissue already.
So you can
Oscar,
to
really.
feed. Listen to this: 500 children and needed families all the way in Brazil by just ordering a feijoada that feeds 2 people. You help to feed these kids and families in need. And then these are the slums. You're gonna bring help to these type of environments, miles and miles from here. So, and that's when you guys are giving away, or your volunteers there and distributing all the things that you purchase for them and acquire for them in order to help them. Free groceries, and you can say thank you in Portuguese, which is obrigado.
Obrigado, Oscar.
So that's how you do it. Sorry, that's how I would do it, because there is a lot of people out there that they don't know the meanings of some of the words that we know in Portuguese. They don't know what a feijoada is. They don't know what caçada is. So they can go to whatwouldoscardo.com and they can find all the information. But they can also watch this.
Quem não tem amor no coração conhece a dor de quem perdeu uma paixão. Eu que não sou, esqueça as mágoas, pra que chorar? Enxugue as lágrimas, isso vai passar. Quem não tem amor, o coração conhece a dor de quem perdeu uma paixão. Eu que não sou, abra um sorriso e o coração chega de magoar. Quero, mas não. Abra um sorriso e o coração chega de magoar. Quero, mas não. Quem não tem amor, o coração conhece a dor de quem perdeu uma paixão. Eu que não sou, quem não tem amor, o coração conhece a dor de quem perdeu uma paixão. Eu que não sou. Laia, 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 laia. Quem não tem amor do coração conhece a dor de quem perdeu uma paixão. Eu que não sou, esqueça as mágoas.
That was it.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
I'm dancing the whole time.
So that's your commercial, and you can use that commercial to promote. It's a little long because we have to tell the audience, mostly Americans, what is a feijoada, what is a brigadeiro, what is a caipirinha, because ela não fala português. So that's it.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely, because
You're
you guys do an
amazing.
incredible job, and it needs to be, first of all, talked about in the community and supported. So that's my present to you. I'm going to send you this video. You can put it in every single social media outlet. People will understand what is what we're selling and when is it and all that stuff. So I hope I didn't make any mistakes throughout all this.
Oh, it's perfect. I can't
It
wait.
is amazing.
Watch.
Amazing. Amazing.
Perfect. And then they can watch it here. But there is a parallel here that I just want to talk about between all Brazil today. So today's all Brazil because there is one thing here that perhaps nobody knows. Casa Brazil has a dance program, all the way in Brazil. And they have requested at some point the used ballet shoes to Ballet Arizona. So you guys received that donation from Ballet Arizona, correct?
Correct.
Yes, Elena Benchamal knows Maria Simonetti, and she was generous, so generous, and got all the ballerinas, the sapatilhas we call it, those ballet shoes, and donated to Casa Brazil to take it. And those girls in Brazil at Vidança has never ever wore ballet shoes in their life. They dance barefoot, and this was the biggest present.
So tell me, what is Vidança?
Vidança, it's a dance. It's a sisters that started Vidança. They are ballerinas in real life, and they grew up as ballerinas, and they decided to make a change after they went to the favela, very dangerous favela.
What is a favela?
It's a slum.
And, perfect. So we're learning all these terms.
A lot of crime, a lot of drugs, and a lot of kids being exploited. And they decided to make a change, and they started Vidança, which they will teach dance and music for free for the children of the favela. They will take them off the street. But they couldn't continue because these kids, actually, when they go there, sometimes they don't have any nutrition in their body. They will be so weak because they have no food at home or they haven't had a meal that day. So Casa Brazil jumped in and decided to donate the food for them every day. So these kids that go in to learn the dance, they are sometimes the only meal of the day is they have is the one we donate to Vidança, because when they go home, they have nothing to eat. But they are so happy to be there to learn the dance, and they get a meal from us, and we've never missed a day. This has been a partnership with them for several years, and we're so honored that Ballet Arizona is also participating with this change that we're doing for these kids in Brazil, taking them off the street.
And Oscar, these pictures you're showing is if anybody has, your viewers have Instagram.
There they are. See, they're using the shoes, the ballet shoes from Ballet Arizona. Thank you, Elena Benchamal. Thank you, Maria Simonetti. You guys have done incredible, and you continue support to Casa Brazil. We're really grateful.
So, Caroline, you went to Brazil and you had a chance to deliver all this, correct?
Yes, I went to Brazil back in 2015. So with my husband, we went to Ceará, Fortaleza.
Okay. So you had the opportunity to talk to them. So I just have limited time to continue. I could continue on talking about Casa Brazil and all the good things you do, but I have a guest waiting that happens to be from Brazil and happens to be a dancer and is here. And that's my guest from today.
Woo-hoo.
So I have to say thank you to you both. I can't hear. Oh, you can't hear? But
I can't hear Caroline, but I hear you.
Okay, we'll talk soon. See you soon. Thank you so much. Obrigado for all you do. Thank you. So that was Casa Brazil. And then parallels. Casa Brazil gets the shoes from Ballet Arizona to help miles and miles away from here. So my guest today is incredible. This is the introduction to my guest today. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest tonight, Nayon Iovino. Buenas
Boa
noches.
noite. Man, what an intro. That was awesome.
How are you? Absolutely. I'm very incredibly proud of having someone of your stature with us. Such a great dancer, choreographer, and all these good things that we just saw. Thank you for accepting the invitation, by the way.
It was good to be here. Thank you.
So it's been, I can't imagine how has it been for you being a dancer, staying home. How has it been? Just give us a quick overview of how is a day now for you or a week for you.
Well, in the beginning of it all was pretty hard. We had no idea what the future was going to be for us. We just luckily got these little pieces of mat that we got to put on the floor and start taking classes online. And we continue with a few classes on Zoom with the company to finish up the season that was back in April and May. And through the summer, we just, continue up taking a few classes on YouTube. But luckily our company, they opened up back for us. So we're just, rehearsing a little bit, taking classes with masks on and, adapting to that. But, it just feels very good to be dancing again because it was pretty tough to not be moving around very well and like being with our peers, our family that all the dancers are to us.
Yeah, and I can imagine because you guys are a machine. Your body is the way to express the art, and then you come to stop, and I just don't think it's a good thing, is it? I don't think so.
Oh yeah, no, it was quite depressive, to being honest. But we get through it, finding new ways to, express ourselves. I got a lot into cooking. I learned how to make sourdough, so that was quite a fun artistic project for myself, learning to do those folds and with the dough and stuff,
But I can imagine also that you had time. Okay, first of all, you got the news that you're going to be a father. That was early in February, right? And your wife is also a dancer for Ballet Arizona, correct?
Yeah, that was in May, actually.
Oh, that was in May. I'm sorry. Okay. So then now you just got the news of the baby. We just saw the picture of a public announcement in social media. Congratulations. And then you got a chance also to remodel the house because I saw some pictures that you guys were remodeling the house or you were remodeling the house.
Yeah, we're retiling the house. So that's a long journey. We're still getting there.
So, okay. So then through the day, what do? You go out. Are you working out? Do you have time to go and exercise?
Yeah, so sometimes I go like first thing in the morning, go and do at least like half an hour, 1 hour workout, and then I would get into the routine of tiling. And then later on, I would have these online cooking classes where, the owner of Pala, actually, Claudio Uricelli, since the pandemic started, he came up with these online classes twice a week, Thursday and Saturday. So that was, really, really fun for me, creating this new friendship and new community based on cooking. Mm-hmm. So I was busy, still moving around in different ways, but, that definitely helped me to get through it.
So that's like every day you're taking class, because my classes are TikTok. I go to TikTok, find the recipe next day. I just ask Eric to go buy the whatever ingredients are, and then off I go cooking. But you're going serious on this. This is just a passion of yours, right?
Yeah. No, I love it. So we get, they send an email for all the ingredients, and then we all meet up on Zoom, and they show the technique of, doing a parpadelle or, cooking a ragu, so many different kind of things.
That's fantastic. So that's your morning or part of your day. How do you exercise via Zoom? I can imagine all of you guys. I think Zoom has a capacity of 40 people. How big is the company right now, or how big are the classes?
Yeah, so the company is 30 dancers, professional dancers. So we was only the professional dancers taking those classes.
Okay. All right. Well, we're all adjusting. Are you doing any performances from home? We're going to get into what is Arizona Ballet trying to do, Ballet Arizona, sorry, in order to get closer to the community and great ideas that are coming up in the upcoming months. But are you guys doing any sort of performances online, on Zoom, broadcast?
Yeah, so actually the company opened back up for us, the dancers. We all got tested, and so we all got started rehearsing the studios to prepare a season for streaming online, which that will be announced in the Ballet Arizona page. So
That's
stay
fantastic.
tuned.
So this is the Ballet Arizona page, by the way. Is Ballet? I'm looking to the site because that's my computer. My extra computer is balletaz.org, and then you can find on this page all the performances. If you want to see previous performances, you can also go to the YouTube channel. But it's a way to get in contact with Ballet Arizona, and we're going to get into some of the details of Ballet Arizona in few minutes. But I just wanted to make sure that the community knows that you guys are still, because of COVID and all this, you don't stop. You're still working out, and you're still doing your rehearsals and planning on doing presentations.
Yes, no, we have to,
of course,
stay active and can't lose it,
Is the wife do? Oh, the wife is also rehearsing because you mentioned something to me. Can we talk about that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Ibe's choreographing actually a special piece for us, since we are one of the few people that can touch each other, we're living with each other. So he created a pas de deux, but just actually to show her pregnancy, and it's just all kind of celebrating that. So it's very special for us.
So Ibe is the choreographer, he's the staff choreographer for Ballet Arizona, and then he's choreographing with you two, and that's a good idea. Fantastic, because your wife's going to be pregnant. It's going to be quite beautiful. How do we have access to that?
Yeah, so that's going to be part of the streaming that's going to happen probably in November, but Ballet Arizona is going to let them know in their page.
Perfect.
When that's going to be revealed. It's going to be a whole performance, and that's going to be just part of it.
Oh, beautiful. I can't wait to see it. This is fantastic because it's just the romance of the two of you, the seduction of ballet. This is quite exciting. And I love the fact that you and your wife, pictured here, during a years back performance, are going to have the opportunity to share with us your pregnancy in a way that is very artistic. So that's a big thank you to all of us. I mean, it's fantastic, beautiful. So usually my guests have to answer a design question. So pay attention. You know that I'm an architect. I'm writing a paper for an upcoming study that I'm working on, and I just want to hear everyone's feedback, and I'm just taking notes and so on and so forth. But I want you to see it and give me your answer. It's just a 1.5 minute video, so we'll be right back, but just watch it. So, which one?
Actually, I would say A. It just feels a lot warmer to me, and a sense of connection with something that was before.
So A, and that's the reason, connection.
Yeah.
So something that it was before. So it's going back to traditional, more warm, more connectivity, let's say. Well, thank you for that. So I show at the very beginning that you are not from here. You are not from the States, and that you had a process in life to get where we are or where you are. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I always started with gymnastics. When I was very little, my mom back in Brazil, she put me and my sister in gymnastics, and at some point, my sister moved on to ballet school, and her teacher just asked me to come and do a little backflip in their performance, So that was kind of like the fishing hook, to get me. And after that, he was like, oh, why don't you stay? It seems like you have some sort of interest, But I was so afraid, being such a young kid and being fear of bullying and stuff like that, I was holding back, but my mom kind of, said, you should try, I think you might like it. So, now looking back, it's like, I really was so in love with it. And it was.
And that was the beginning. That was the beginning of like feeling that you can perform, being in front of people. And that was the beginning of all of who you are today.
Yeah. And the connection with music, because gymnastics, like I love all that movement and athleticism, but something about the movement with music and like all these different layers of expression that now I look back is like, oh, really caught me,
So we're talking, this is young Nayon at 10 years old, and then you realize this is what I'm going to do, and your mother told you, yes, I'm going to support you, we're going to go to ballet classes, and we're going to take this seriously, and it became your life and your profession, right?
Yeah, exactly. So when I was 17, I got a chance to come and do the competition in New York, the Youth American Grand Prix. Mm-hmm. And I got a few scholarships award, and I accepted to go to the Washington School of Ballet. Mm-hmm. So that was the first time I came to the United States. And that was only for a summer intensive program. But then right after they invited me to stay for the school year with a full scholarship. And so I just decided to, leave home because I know that here was my only chance to really fulfill this career. Back in Brazil, unfortunately, there's not much support for it.
Yeah, and then I know that at some point through the process and things in life, your mom passed away and you don't have a chance to go see your mother. And that was kind of difficult through the whole process, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was so hard because, I owe it to her. All those trips to the ballet, to physical therapy, raising funds to bring me here to the competition and all that, so I'm very, very grateful for all the hard work she did.
So I have a segment called The Wonder Years, and I just want you to see the last picture of it because I'm going to ask you a quick question. So look at this one. Go. So that was Nayon. That's your life, and I just found some pictures, and I wanted to share it with the audience and with you of the Nayon, the young Nayon. So that picture at the end, of course, this is. I told you when I sent you the email, this is all about you, because when we have talents, your level in our community, we have to enhance them. You are a treasure to our community, and I appreciate all the work you do professionally. So that last picture. How old were you on that picture?
Yeah, I think I was 18 on that one. And my Japanese roommate took that picture because he was the one that did the haircut. He was using one of those scissors that supposed to like only lighten the hair. You know what I'm talking about? Like they cut like this. And he cut my whole hair. It was pretty long only with that. So once it grew back, it was kind of funky, but it was cool in that photo.
And then I always have this question because I ask myself the same question, and I read it in some books. What can you tell to that young Nayon at that point in time today? If you had a chance to see it with yourself when you were young, what can you tell Nayon?
I would say don't take yourself too seriously. Enjoy the journey. Don't be putting so much pressure on yourself.
And that
ballet
can be strong.
Yeah.
So then it's like let just things happen, and then that brings me to a lot of things. One of them, you're taking cooking classes. The painting that we see in your background is you did it, right? That's your creation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You are tiling. You are a dancer, an artist, soon to be a father. So it's a multi-layered person, and it's quite impressive, by the way. What else is in the future?
Well, I really hope to continue choreographing. That's a big passion of mine.
Yes.
So if somehow I can stay connected with that, that's like a big outlet for me.
And I just found your website with all the choreographies that you have worked on. And I know that Eve Anderson, the director of the ballet, you learned how to work with him since 2012, and you have an incredible relationship with him. If he's watching, thank you, Eve, for bringing us what you bring to Arizona and what you created with this institution. And I know that you are a choreographer. And by the way, this first one, Pixie, is with the New York Choreographic Institute. Quite impressive, by the way, that you are an artist that is traveling all the way to New York, a local artist. This one, Neve, is quite impressive. And so on. There's other choreographers that you guys can watch here. But I just want to show you a quick video that I just cut because I have another question for you. It's just like all these visuals help me to create the conversation with you. So check this cut that I did, and I just have a few questions for you. So that's your production.
Yeah.
How do you see your production? Of course, how do you see your production when it's just like compressed like that?
Well, I just see it as like, little glimpses of happy memories, all the moments I had with the dancers, and then like coming up with those ideas and realizing the concept of every single idea with them, it's just great to see that. And I want to do more for sure.
So this is not classical ballet. This is a contemporary ballet type of choreography, and is that your passion, contemporary ballet? You dance the classics, of course, because it's part of what the repertoire of Ballet Arizona. But that's your forte, right?
Yeah, mostly. It's just what comes naturally out of me, and I just feel there's like a bigger range of movements that I can explore that way. But I still love classical ballet. If there's an opportunity to do a big classic, I'm sure I wouldn't say no to that.
And that's part of the process of a professional ballet dancer. You play the classics, the beginning of your creation as a ballet dancer, and then now you're a choreographer. Since 2012, you've been doing your own choreographies. And if anyone out there can go and see Neve, which is an incredible choreography, but it's a wonderful video. Congratulations on that. How did one came about to be? How was the process of creating Neve?
Yeah, so the director of that piece was actually Adam Benavides.
Oh.
He's a videographer, and he had that concept as a very personal story to him. Story about like coming out and having a hard time with his family.
Yeah.
So I had that collaboration, with Elio, him, and myself, that I created these steps to kind of give, emphasis to that idea, but the main focus is truly the concept, not so much the steps there.
So this is basically a love story. It's a video that narrates a love story. Wonderful production and incredible narrative of someone who wants to come out. I mean, this is very close in this house. Gary and myself went through that process. So thank you for creating this. And I urge anyone who is struggling to find themselves to watch it, as well as those around those people that cannot find themselves or have not found themselves and want to come out. So this is the typical process of the creativity as a choreographer. Did you envision this setting, or it was just part of the creative process with the director?
Yeah, for that specific process, the director had, specific places picked out because, we needed to have permission for every single place that we use because of, all the cameras and all the gear, all lighting and everything that's required for that kind of production.
So this is all local. This is all local production, and it's all local team and local creativity, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Fantastic. So I urge everyone to go to nayonavino.com and then check all the choreographies and check the production of someone like Nayon. But as we move forward in the show, I have to invite people that I have happened to just come in and say hello. So I'm going to say hello to one of your friends, and you're going to say hello to one of your friends. And then we have...
Hey.
Hey, Ricardo.
Tranquilo, how's everything?
Tranquilo.
So I brought Ricardo because I want
Hello.
you guys to have a quick chat and then a shout out from Ricardo to you. Go ahead, Ricardo, take it away.
Hey, wow, first of all, it's been amazing watching your journey. I know a lot about you, we're really good friends, but like just to know your whole journey, it's been pretty amazing. You're an amazing choreographer, of course, and an amazing dancer, and I'm really grateful to have you and Joe in my life. You guys are like family to me. And so it's been really amazing to see. I didn't even know you went to Youth American Grand Prix, and I think we might have gone on the same year, I think, or maybe a year after. It's crazy.
Thanks, I love you, man.
Yeah.
So this is how dancers talk. That's all. They say it's better just to give them a pair of shoes and they go out dancing.
Yeah.
So Ricardo, thank you very much for coming and saying
Of
hello
course.
to Nayon. This was such a special occasion, and I know you guys are like us, are all separated. For what I understand, you're gonna go back to rehearsal as well, right?
Yeah.
When do you start?
Tomorrow we start class at 10:30 and then rehearsals all day.
Okay, well, and then I think I will see you, not me, Nayon will see you tomorrow, and we're going to continue the interview. So thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, of course. Love you guys.
Ciao.
Bye.
So that's what it is, a family. Like, people come in and out. People come in and out, and they decided to, like, hey, want to get a shout out. And this is what you guys are just a team. And it's incredible to see that people keep coming. And I have another person that wants to say hello to you. Let me see if I can bring that other person. Let me see if she's ready. Hello. Look who's there. I think she's trying to figure out how to do the microphone. Hello, Jillian. This is your wife. She wanted to say hello.
Yeah. Hey, babe. I didn't know you were going to come here.
Hey.
I think she came. So she wanted to say a few words to you live. So go ahead, Jillian. It's all yours. I think she doesn't have her headphones. So thank you, Jillian. Bye, Jillian. So yeah, you have it there in the other room. But okay, that's what happens.
Well, thank you for that.
Absolutely. So out of all of these, we want to find out what is happening with Ballet Arizona. And I happen to have with me someone from the team, and that is Jamie. I can't even pronounce. Hey, Jamie, cousin Zach. Right, Jamie? How are you, Jamie? Good to see you.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking the time on a Wednesday night to work with us on trying to find out what are the next steps for Ballet Arizona. So can you walk us through what is Ballet Arizona doing currently during these very difficult times?
Yes, of course. Well, right now we have just announced that we're doing an alternative season. While many arts organizations, nationally, ballet companies have sort of canceled due to the inability to perform in venues that we normally do, Symphony Hall or the Orpheum Theater. We are fortunate enough to have our own studio space and our own black box theater called the Dorrance in our home studios on 28th and Washington. And so we're doing an alternative season for our patrons. And what that means is they will be smaller scaled performances of about 40 to 50 audience members. And then the dancers are working with our artistic director, Eve Anderson, to rehearse really safe and responsible choreography. You know, they're doing social distancing, they're wearing masks in the rehearsal space, and we're going to put on a show. It's going to be a COVID ballet series, and Eve is being very creative with his choreography and putting together couples like Jill and Nayon, who of course can dance pas de deux together, and they can, there are many people that have been able to not be or have been spent quarantine together that we can partner and pair. And so we're looking forward to presenting some sort of art to the community to the best of our ability right now. And that's what we're offering.
So this is Eve Anderson. He is the main choreographer and director of the ballet, and he's working with you in all this. So pas de deux, what is someone that doesn't know what is a pas de deux? What does it mean?
Sure. Well, ballet is rooted in the classical French, and so it's just a dance of two. And so if you had a pas de trois, that would be a dance of three, pas de quatre, and we're also doing a performance pas de sept. It's a classic Bournonville piece, which is 7 dancers. And so that one will be premiering for the first time in our company in our October series at the Dorrance Theater.
So all this is just right now getting to organized and ready to be launched to the community. How difficult is it being to go through this process and tell the community what is happening? Because we all went cooped up at home, and then we're like, I'm not gonna go out because of what's happening.
It has been a challenge for sure. Our board leadership has stepped up in such a wonderful way, and our executive director and artistic director have really creatively tried to come up with ways that we could still engage our patrons and keep the art alive rather than just hibernate and be silent during this year of COVID. And so it has been a challenge, and we've been, normally in the summer, we're on hiatus where we kind of just plan and work on the details for the upcoming season, but we were all hands on deck in leadership meetings, planning out what we're going to do, how we're going to be responsible to our patrons, and putting safety protocols in place. How are we going to operate the school? So many things went into the planning process for this, and I'm very proud to be part of that leadership with our board and our executive team. So
shout out to my husband, Gary Jackson, who's watching downstairs, because he is part of your committee for marketing, correct?
Yes, he is. He is fabulous, and I love working with him. And it's been great to get to know him, and then you as well. I think the last time I was able to see you both in person was when you came to our premiere of A Midsummer Night's Dream in February, and we got to celebrate and watch that beautiful piece come to life in Symphony Hall, all of us together. So
that was wonderful. And then we will come out of all these. It's all positive attitude, and it's just trying to get the community to continue support all these good things that you guys are working on. But you wanted to talk to me. I have my notes. Be Our Bridge Fund. You wanted to talk to me about this particular fund. Just quickly tell me, what is it?
Well, during the midst of COVID, we had so many of our patrons and donors call us and reach out and say, what can we do? And among those wonderful people, Jackie and Bennett Dorrance called us and they said, what can we do to help? We know you need help. And so they made a major gift of over $250,000, and they initiated a campaign, a mini campaign. We're calling it a recovery fund, called Be Our Bridge, because we said this year we're going to need help, and we need our donors to build a bridge to get us to the other side of COVID, because we had in place plans for a season that was epic, and all of that went by the wayside due to COVID. And so we had to pause that planning and that season in order to kind of just go into emergency mode and figure out what we were going to do. And so Jackie and Bennett said, we will help you and we will get this done and we will help you fundraise. We will rally the community to make sure that Ballet Arizona can be continuing on that upward trajectory of artistic growth and all of the things that we've seen you do over the past few years or 20 years under Eve's leadership. And so they rallied, and we're underway with this fundraising work right now.
Fantastic. And parallel to that, Nayon, talk to me about the Artist Relief Fund that's parallel to also what Ballet Arizona is doing. Just give me a quick review of what the Artist Relief Fund is.
Yeah, so that's a fund that the dancers have to help, with either schooling or in case of a emergency, family emergency, or, even when, Jillian delivers the baby, that will give them some financial support, so it's a way that the dancers can, help themselves. Of course, there's a limit to how much money we can use, but it's already a big help for us.
So there's many ways the community can help the artists continue to help Ballet Arizona through this Be Our Bridge Fund. And of course, the community can just go to Ballet Arizona, and I'm just gonna have it down here in a few seconds when I'm navigating to computer. So you guys stick with me. I get it. It's right here, balletaz.org. So Jamie, thank you for popping in and talking to us. Highly appreciated. This is an honor for me to be talking directly to Ballet Arizona. We're very proud of what Ballet Arizona does in this house. And for that reason, my husband is part of your committee, and he's passionate about it. So
yeah,
here I am.
we love having you all involved in our organization. It means a lot, and we're honored to be here. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to continue my conversation with Nayon. Thank you for stopping by.
See you, Jamie.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
So I wanted to continue my conversation with you because I really want to get to know more about your childhood and who were you and where you're heading. So we were talking about your choreography. What is in plans for Nayon in terms of choreography? What are you planning? How does that little mind works?
Yeah, so to start, ideally it would be some sort of like a freelance way where I could apply and send my work to many ballet companies through the world, just to get an experience to work with different dancers and different cultures, just to acquire knowledge. But I think at the end I would like to just have my own company to be able to build dancers and just create kind of an environment that I believe that it would be good for creating choreography and just feel that people will be free to express themselves. But I think the learning process of learning different cultures and working with different kinds of people is just would enrich that opportunity.
So that's what Nayon wants to do. You want to make sure that you experience other aspects of choreography, and perhaps someone is listening and you don't know where this will go. There's a lot of surprises out there. That's all that I have to say. There's a lot of surprises out there.
For sure.
So we are on the top of the hour. This was an incredible conversation. There's anything else that you want to give us just to close the show? This is 1 hour for the community.
Well, I would say in these hard times, just lean in on art because it can be healing and freeing yourself, and don't stay focused on the hardship that, social media can be, and these political times, just find a way to express yourself and just free yourself from focusing on negative things, because life is much more than just that.
And that's an incredible message. And I knew that someone like you who has a foot on here on earth and somewhere up in the air when you dance can deliver a message like that. I truly appreciate your time. I wanted to have this one-on-one conversation with you. Like I mentioned, I think that we have to elevate those like you that give us the best of your performance and your talents to the community. Thank you so much for this hour with me, and say hello to Jillian, and we will see you soon.
Thank you so much for having me. Really had fun.
Thank you. Bye now. Bye-bye. That was the guest, Nayon Iovino. So I hope you guys had a good time, learn about Nayon, learn who he is. We happen to have some people popping in, talking about Arizona Ballet, talking about the relief fund for Arizona, for Ballet Arizona. I just always say the other way. And then learn about the Our Bridge Fund, and then you learn about Casa Brazil. A lot of information for one show, but you can watch this again on my YouTube channel or go to my blog in order to see tonight's episode. I think this is it for me. We had a packed 1 hour of information. Please support Casa Brazil. Please support Ballet Arizona. And then please link on each other, as Nayon mentioned, because times are difficult, but when we are together, we can make it happen. So I don't have, that's the other thing, I don't have a guest for next Wednesday. I will have a special in October with someone very important within the world of arts in town. But I will announce my next guest sometime during this week. I have to say thank you to all of you, and I'll talk to you and I'll see you next Wednesday, 8 p.m. when Oscar talks, Oscar Talk. Bye now.